Okay, and we're live. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm really excited today to have a very special guest joining us, Liz Morris from Brilliant Frames and Like a Boss Photography. And Liz has been part of the Accelerate program at the Women's Business School this year. And we are getting together to have a chat because we're launching applications for the 2021 cohort for the Women's Business School. At the Women's Business School, we run two 6-month programs, Ignite and Accelerate, and we take you through all of the foundations of building your business during Ignite, and then it's all about scaling your business for Accelerate for more experienced business owners. So Liz, hello and welcome. It's lovely to have you here. How are you?
I'm well, thank you, Peace. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to talk to you today.
Oh, it's awesome. So Liz, I'd love to start by getting you to tell us a bit about what you do and your businesses.
Okay, so mine's got a pretty long story, but I'll try and make it really short for you. So I have been a portrait, commercial, and especially a newborn photographer for the last 12, 15 years, offering a service to clients doing photography. However, in 2017, we were knocked out by Cyclone Debbie in Airlie Beach, which meant that our service-based business, my portrait studio, was actually flooded. So that gave me a really big motivation to do something a little bit different that was no longer relying fully on my small town and having a service-based business. So I was inspired a few years before that to create, we already had a custom picture framing business as well, I should tell you that. So at that time when everything seemed helpless, I decided to branch out and invent a brand new picture frame, which is called a Brilliant Frame, which, do you want me to show you now what it looks like? Okay. So
frame.
A Brilliant Frame is a picture frame that hangs on the wall like a picture frame, but it opens at the front like a cabinet. So, and it's got magnets inside it, so you can put your pictures inside just using the magnets. And it's a whiteboard as well. So it means that kids can come home and hang up their artwork really quickly instead of having all that clutter over the fridge. So we made it from a recycled material because it's really important to me that living so close to the Great Barrier Reef that we didn't put any more waste into landfills. So we went and sourced a recycled product to make our frames. We had them manufactured overseas, but it was an Australian design, and we're really proud to be an Australian business in North Queensland. So that was our Brilliant Frames business. So from that, we've grown again and expanded because I realized creating a product business, how hard it is to have content every day on social media for your products. So you always have to advertise every single day. If you don't show up on social media, on your emails, on your website, if you don't have good images, you're never ever going to sell your product. So as a photographer, that was natural for me to be able to do that. But the more I talked to other product owners and realized that they're really struggling. So now I am just about to launch, it launches in 2 weeks, a new online training course on how to teach small business owners how to do their own product photography. So they go really nicely together. I've got a product business, an award-winning product business, because I won gold this year for product design at your beautiful Osmum Awards. So I'm going to teach people what I know about how to photograph my product to get it online and really go ahead. So I have Like a Boss Photography, and I'm about to learn to launch Do It Yourself Product Photography Like a Boss. So that starts in 2 weeks. So that's pretty much me in a nutshell, I think.
That's awesome. And I love hearing your journey of how, you had a service-based business and then something happened with the cyclone and you realized that maybe it was a good idea to diversify, and you looked at a different business model that was going to be able to complement what you were already doing, but also then give you a wider market than just that local market. And it feels like, again, you're now diversifying in a different direction again. And 2020, I think a lot of us are looking at our options and looking at how we can do things differently and really make the most of an opportunity or an idea that we've had and go ahead with that.
Yeah, I think it's really important, and it has been for us to always grow and expand and to really pivot whenever something happens. So even this year has taught us so much. Being at the start of the year, I thought I would have my course launched earlier in the year, but I saw people struggling, and I really felt that I had to bed down and do what was important throughout the year and what was going to work. And we focused really hard on serving our local clients again, because we have rebuilt our studio and we have rebuilt our custom picture framing business. And I've spent a lot of time really driving through my product and selling a lot of products. So it's definitely been a 2020 year.
Yeah, it's been a big year. And I think looking back over the year, it's amazing to reflect and see how far you have come. Often it feels like, oh, it's been 2020, I haven't gone anywhere, not much has happened. But actually, when you look at your business and what you have achieved,
it's incredible. Yeah, people have really kicked goals this year despite what has been happening. And that's why it's been so great to be part of your community, because we've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, and then the really good again. So it's just been a really great support to have everybody together and be on the roller coaster together, because nobody knew what this year was going to do. Nobody knows what is going to happen next year as the fallout. So being able to be in a community was so valuable this year.
Yeah, I think it's so true. And the word roller coaster is one that I would use to describe 2020 as well. You know, there's been devastating lows, like when we had to cancel all of our awards events, and then highs when we ran our event online and everyone was able to celebrate together for the awards, and we had 30,000 people watching live. It was, yeah, quite a contrast in terrible things happening, amazing things happening. But I think when you're going through a time like this, having the support of a community around you and a place where you can share your challenges and your wins, and people will hold space for you and celebrate with you and, you know, share their advice and ideas to help you through times is so important.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing was everybody came with no judgment. You could really be open and honest, because everybody was experiencing highs and lows, and nobody felt jealous or angry at those that were experiencing highs. They were just genuinely happy for them, and then supportive of those that weren't. So it's been probably one of the most important years to have had that support when you're a small business owner. And especially when you work for yourself. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have my business partner is my husband, and we work very closely, and everything we do, we design and we work together. But I know there's a lot of people, especially in your community piece, that don't have that support. So being in a business school like this and having those connections and being able to really lean on each other has been, I think it's been crucial this year, especially. It's crucial every year, but definitely this year it was so important.
Yeah, absolutely. Hard year. So, Liz, tell me about the modules in the program. Were there any modules in particular that really resonated with you, or you found really have helped your business or changed something for you?
Look, I really think the best, to be honest, the first one was always the best. You know, it gets you really set up and in that position that you're going to do this. You know, you're going to get clarity around what you're going to do. So I couldn't even think, Peace. When did we start? Was it June or July?
We started in March, or
Oh my God.
like April by the time we got.
April. Okay, gosh. I feel like this year is crazy. So that was right on us, you know, going in lockdown and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, the first module about really getting clear on what you want the rest of your months to look like, what your year should look like, what your next year should look like, and then what your 10 years should look like. That was so valuable, being able to do that, have some guidance with that, and really work on what's valuable now, what you can let go of, and how you can grow. That was really, really important. So that was probably, of course, my favorite, to just really set the tone for the whole course. Other ones, I did write down my little list of things, was a really other one for me was about automating, like really making it clear. Like I think I told you the other day, it took me 6 months to realize there was this just one little button on my Shopify website that has completely changed us, like saved hours of being able to transfer people's email, postal addresses over to our courier label printer. Like, it seems so trivial, but just when we went through the process of automating things in our business, I can't remember who presented it, but we, going through and saying, okay, what systems are in place? What do you do naturally that if somebody walked in tomorrow and you really wanted them to help you, what could you hand over to people? So having systems and procedures, even though it's only you and me and my husband in our case, but if you were to expand, it's really great to do that now while it's so fresh in your mind and you do it every day like a robot. But having systems, procedures and automations, it's such a game changer. So that was a really, really good module for me as well. And the other one that I really got me thinking was our legal obligations, and how, you just think, I'm a person that thinks the best of everybody and I don't ever expect anything to go wrong, but it is important to have all your legal ducks in a row and make sure everything's written and, and that you're protecting yourself and your family and your business. So they were some really key modules for me.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And I think, the systems and automation module is so important to put in place now, so that when your business does scale, when you are selling, thousands of frames every day or much higher volumes, little things like that, where the address goes straight to the courier company, will make a massive difference. It's a little thing that helps a bit now, but over time, it's going to be a huge thing.
Yeah, absolutely. But sometimes you just need somebody that's, those 10 steps forward ahead of you to show you that that's something you should be doing now. And it's, while you think you don't have time now, you're going to have a lot less time when you, as you say, selling thousands. So it is really good to be reminded that now is the time to really, get your ducks in the row, make your automations work. And then it'll save you time in the future for sure. So, yeah.
Awesome. And I love with the assessment for that module, it actually takes you through the steps of, like, imagine that you're going to be away from your business for 3 months. What are all the systems and strategies you've got to have in place? And often that happens to people. Something will happen, they'll need to go away for health or to spend time with their child or their old aging parents, or maybe they want to go on a holiday or have a baby. And unless you've got those systems in place, then it becomes a problem. But if you've taken the time to set all of that up and really thought through every single thing that needs to happen, then it just does take that stress away. And I think the assessments are really good for that. They're quite practical. Is that what you found?
Yeah, definitely. And it really makes you stop and think what you should be doing. So, because you've got the prompts and you think, oh yes, as you say, it's just me working in here. But as you say, if something was to happen, God forbid, if, you got sick or had to leave, you don't want to have to shut down your business and then have to worry about not having income in that time. So having it written out that you can just hand someone a document, show that, give them the keys to your warehouse and know that it's going to be taken care of. I think it's just so valuable.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me about how you found, we have the Power Circle each month and a coffee catch up. Can you tell everyone who's watching a bit about how that works?
Okay, so the Power Circle, for example, it's been fantastic because it's about, really getting that valuable information that's going to help with your assessment each time. And then the coffee catch up I found the most valuable because it means that you get to chat with people in real time. So the coffee catch up is about breaking us into smaller groups and really getting to know each other on a more personal level. And we just had a coffee catch up before actually, and it was so fantastic to each time we do this, you always meet somebody new, or you get given an idea that you hadn't even thought of. And very rarely are we in exactly the same business. I mean, if I'm selling frames, if someone else is selling, today a lady was selling shoes, another person was about to launch a new product, there was somebody that does an online program, and the diversity is incredible. But we all have a common goal, is that we want to have our business and we want them to be successful. So working together, they can provide such good information that you may not even think is relevant to you, but meeting them, and even in a week's time, a month's time, it might click and you come back to that, and you might be able to reach out to that person again because you've had that coffee catch up. So yeah, the program has been so valuable in that sense, getting to meet other people and networking, and we've had a path to follow, which has kept us all in line about how our businesses can grow in 12 months. But having the people in there with you doing the work that's the valuable part right there.
So the program is a mix of business development and personal development. Is that what you've found, that you've gained business skills, but also some personal growth as well?
Oh, 100%, 100%. And that's because, we're women working for ourselves, a lot of the times by ourselves, often remotely. So to give you some context, I'm up in North Queensland, and Brisbane is a 13-hour drive for me, and I would consider that my closest CBD that would have conferences and events. So 13 hours away, I mean, I'm so isolated up here. So being able to connect with people in that group that not only understand what I'm coming from, but also can provide me with value and connections, and access to things that you may not get if you weren't part of this group. So yeah, definitely business sense, but 100% personal growth and mindset, and getting us all, when you're having a low, it's so good to hear that somebody else has experienced that, or that they get you and they're going to help prop you back up. There's no competition. It's about let's all grow together. So that's the most exciting part for sure.
That's awesome. And also we do mentoring, one-on-one mentoring. How did you go with your one-on-one mentoring sessions?
Yeah, beautiful. So I'm so lucky that I had such a beautiful mentor, but I've heard they're all amazing, so it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, and just again, having a one-on-one chat with somebody, and talking to somebody that is just that little bit a step ahead of you, and just really being able to go with clarifying your own visions, knowing that you're on the right path, some little tips and tricks to get you a little bit further to where they are. Also, for me, the very first session I was all over the shop. I've got product business, I've got a service business, I've got an online course coming, I've got so many businesses, which I love, and that's how I thrive. So talking to a mentor meant that it was okay. I mean, it's okay that you have multiple businesses, and most entrepreneurs that I know, especially in this group, we all have multiple businesses or different aspects of the business. So just being able to talk to somebody that understands that and doesn't think, oh, she's all over the shop, and help me through creating clarity around each business and how this one supports that one and how that one should work with that one. So yeah, mentors are invaluable, absolutely. Being ahead of us and helping us is fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. So if there was somebody who was watching and they were thinking about whether they should be part of the program or not, what would you say to them?
I would say absolutely 100%. It's so important, and straight up you think, oh, it's going to be time consuming, it's a bit expensive, should I invest that money somewhere else? But at the end of the day, that you cannot get what you offer in this course from just doing an online 4-week program that you download. It's just never ever going to be the same, because what you get is the connections and the beautiful energy that comes from the group, and who you running it makes it so amazing that you just lift everybody up together. So I don't think you can even put a price tag on the value that you get from that kind of group. So yeah, if anybody is sitting on the fence, I would say jump on in next year, because who knows what this year has caused. Next year, we needed the support this year. I really feel that next year it could be even worse for the economy, for our friends and our family and people in business. So if you need support, if you want support, if you don't know that you need support, definitely this is the place to be. It's going to really elevate not only your business, but just keep you safe and protected throughout 2021 for sure.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like when you're going through a hard time, you need people around you to support you and help you and just reassure you that it's going to be okay and guide you on that path. So
Yeah, and business is tough. Like it is really tough. People think that you sit around drinking coffee all day in your pajamas, but it's not even close. So having a group of women that are so supportive, but also have so much knowledge, like you are entering a knowledge tank and you can just reach out. And there's never been a question that I haven't been able to find the answer to in this business school. Whether it be from one of our mentors, one of our teachers, or just another lady in the group. I just find it so invaluable. Well, even things like, I'm getting my terms and conditions written up for my website. Well, there's a contact in the group. The person, there's just so much value to being part of this community for sure.
yeah, thank you. So we've got Pitchlight coming up next week. We've got, it's 2 pitch nights, Wednesday and Thursday, and you'll be speaking at Pitch Night, Liz.
Yes,
It's
yes.
exciting.
It is exciting. It's a really good opportunity, I feel like, to showcase my businesses. And it's been a tough year for everyone, so it's kind of a really great opportunity to give ourselves some recognition and give ourselves a pat on the back and say, yeah, we did this. We got through 2020. We've got a few scars, a few bumps and bruises, but we did really well. And I'm so excited to be able to pitch that to other people. And, at the end of the day, if I can inspire one person or I can connect with another person who we can work together in the future, then I think that's amazing. And I'm so grateful that we're going to get that opportunity.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to hearing all the pictures and hearing your story. So
me too, because it has been a big school. Like I feel like we spent so much time together with all the other participants in the course, but at the end of the day, you just can't remember everybody. So I'm so excited to hear everybody's pictures again. And also at the beginning of the course back in March, we heard where everyone was at in March. So it's going to be really great to hear where everybody is now, because I know my businesses have all skyrocketed this year, and I definitely give a lot of credit to the business school for that, and I'm so grateful to have been part of it.
Oh, thank you. Well, we'll wrap up now. It's been wonderful chatting with you, Liz, and thank you everybody for watching and joining us. And we will see you all next week for Pitch Night on the 28th and 29th. But we've also got more interviews with our graduates happening over the next few days. And we hope you join us to tune in for those as well. So I'll put all the links in below in the comments and the caption so you can join us. Thanks everyone. And thank you so much, Liz.
Thanks, Paige.